we are going to do Orizome. I actually made a typo in here, so if any of you speak Japanese, I got this incorrect. It's Orizome, but it's Orizome book covers. And Orizome, in this case, is paper folding. It can be other art forms. But it's paper folding and dye to create patterns on that piece of paper. So for the first part, we're actually going to do the Orizome part, and that will involve using our two different dyes. And in your packet, you should have 2 pieces of white paper. Now what we're going to do is we are going to dye this paper, but only after we have folded it. All right, so let's go ahead and get our dye mixed so that it can get absorbed. But it does a really good rich dye on the paper, because paper is kind of like cloth, right? It's just made out of wood cellulose instead of other types of natural fiber. So what we're going to do for our first one is I'm going to show you a very common fold. And that common fold, it just starts with an accordion fold. Because it's compacted, it cannot draw up the dye as well as that areas that are just flat and open. It also will have a tendency to stop a lot of dye from flowing out too much from those creases. What this actually is in the dyeing world is called a resist dye. So basically we're creating pockets that resist the dye, and so we'll have colors that are white and some that are the dyes that we put into them. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to fold up a little triangle like this. If any of you have ever made those little flick footballs, that's kind of how you make them. Only instead of wrapping it all the way up, we're going to turn it over and we're going to kind of do an accordion. I'm going to kind of bend it around a little bit, have it hold its shape for right now. All right. Now next comes the fun part. I'm actually going to take this, I'm going to clear space for this partition to lay on. So now you are just going to judge where you want to dip it in. I'm going to dip in this corner, kind of working around a little bit. And then I'm going to spread it over to here a little bit in this purple. And you just take it out. Here's where you might want to use gloves if you are afraid of getting your fingers stained. But I'm going to dye the green this way, a little bit this way. All right. So now what you want to do, that's why we were creating a little area to put our stuff out on. So we need to very, very carefully unfold this paper. And there we go. We just lay that out and we're going to wait for that one to dry. I'm going to set that one aside. And meanwhile, I'm going to do a freeform fold. And this is just, I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold triangles into it. I'm going to fold squares. I'm going to do whatever feels like a cool. And it's okay if I have dye on my finger because this thing is going to get dyed again. So I'm just folding it in weird and wacky ways. All right. Here's this weird little mess I made. Now I'm just going to dip it in this. And I think I might want a little more white space in this one, so I'm just going to kind of scooch this around to get some more dye on it. And then I'm just going to do a little on this edge. Alright. I'm going to go with the purple. Get a little on this edge. Get a little mixing over here. Alright, so there we go. That's how much I dyed. I'm going to leave a lot of white space. So this will leak out into the white space some. Alright, so now we just need to wait for these to dry, and we'll come back after they've dried. Alright, now that our papers have dried, you can kind of see how the colors fade a little bit, but not too much. And you can decide which side, but obviously I'm going to go with the ones that are more vibrant. Some people might actually like the lighter colors. So whichever side you want, this is where we're going to make our books. Now this is going to be kind of a traditional Japanese style of binding, although they would have used bamboo and twine. We're just using basically an unsharp skewer or a little dowel and some rubber bands. First, though, we're going to make our covers. I got a little dye on here, which is okay because I am going to take these and we're going to glue them down onto our pieces to make our front and back covers for our book. There you go. That's one of our covers. That looks really nice. Now I'm going to do the back cover. Alright, so we got our front and back covers. Feel free to glue it down a little better than I did. I'm just doing an example here. Alright, now for the final part to make your actual book. We're going to put the front cover this way and stack it on top of your papers. The back covers, stack it up like that. And then we're going to take our hole punch. If you don't have a hole punch, you can just use like a pencil and very carefully drill into here. It won't look quite as nice, but it'll still more than function for what we were meaning to do. And you wanted to have about, about an inch out up from the bottom, and then about, half an inch to an inch in. Have our two holes. Now the next part can be a little tricky, but it is what is going to make your binding. Alright, so I go ahead and thread it over the dowel just to kind of keep it in place. And then you're going to thread your rubber band through this hole. Alright, and then this is the tricky part, is you kind of have to stretch. So I would stretch with this hand and then hold it like this so that we have a little slack up here. And then we have to thread it back through the holes up here. There we go. Oop, and obviously be careful while you're doing that, but you can always glue that back down. And slide this down a little bit. Fit that into the rubber band. Kind of center it. And there you go. There is your Orizomi book.